Hey, welcome back to the Leverage Advantage show, where we interview some of the most prominent entrepreneurs to extract the secrets of how they do what they do. Today, we're honored and grateful to have Cedric Lee with us. Now, in his day job, he's a regional business development manager in one of the largest multinational companies in the world dealing with healthcare. But on the side, he's a serial entrepreneur in gaming, advertising, multimedia, and distribution. Now, he used to be very anti-network marketing, but now he's a champion of network marketing, and he's even a director at World Ventures. So it's a very interesting story I'd love for all of you guys to learn. Now, Cedric, tell me a little bit more about yourself, and if there's anything else that I might have missed out.
Yes, hi, Faisal. My name is Cedric. So it's really a privilege to be hosted by you and to be on this podcast. So a bit of myself, right? So yes, whatever Faisal says is correct. I am a serial entrepreneur, and I used to not like network marketing at all, right? In fact, I'm actually very against it. In fact, I tell this as a private joke to some of my friends, right? The reason why I don't like network marketing in the past was because I have a mother-in-law, which is what I call an MLM queen. Previously, she did Amway, New Skin. She even did this magic mushroom that she imported from Japan. That she even did so well, she flew all of us, me, my then girlfriend, and her all the way to Japan so that her upline can talk to me to recruit me. Obviously, I said no. Right. So, and what happened was that I saw World Ventures about 3 years ago, and then I gave my friend face because the registration fee wasn't a lot. So I decided to come on board and give it a shot. And I have never looked back, because after I got into the industry, I understood how it's all about. And to me, this is a perfect business. Because I always believe in providing a better life for myself and my family. So I've always been trying to do other businesses. But after understanding network marketing, I think it's the best business model out there. Yeah.
All right, and so tell me a little bit about what you do now. Who do you help, right? And what are some of the problems that you solve?
Okay. So essentially, what I do now is, apart from doing network marketing, I'm actually also doing a regional consultancy for some healthcare MNCs of the side, because of my prior experiences. About 20 years of experience in healthcare and technology, and that's what I do. And through that platform, I also reach out to overseas contacts. And of course, when the time is right, I also show them the opportunity I have with World Ventures, and so we can build this concurrently. I always believe that as friends, as partners, we shouldn't be limited to just to one business dealing, and we should be as broad about it as possible. Right? Ultimately, it's all about relationships, and ultimately, it's all about finding opportunities within the network that we have. Yeah. So the people I help now essentially are the people in my team. A lot of people, they come on board this platform with big dreams and big goals, but a lot of them don't have the necessary skill sets to do what they do, right? And in network marketing, it's a lot about communication. It's never about selling to our friends. Whoever thought that is a mindset is actually totally wrong. It's really about recommending something that we truly believe in. And when they come on this platform, by helping them achieve what they want to achieve and acquiring the skill sets that maybe they initially don't have. Yeah.
Excellent. And share with me a little bit about what were your initial challenges, and what was that turning point for you from being completely anti-network marketing to being a champion of it?
Well, when I first came on board network marketing industry via World Ventures, and to be honest, World Ventures is my only and probably the first and only network company I'll be ever involved with. Why? It's because the company is very different. It's not a company where we are just expected to promote a product or service, but it's a company that essentially we see the advantage of building the ecosystem concurrently. So it's a lot like we call ourselves business builders actually, right? And not just promoters. So when I first came on board, obviously I'm a newbie in this industry. I face a lot of challenges. I try to take on this role as how I would take on any entrepreneur role, means by doing everything myself, right? So initially, I did everything myself. I got success myself. But ultimately, I didn't understand that it's really not about ourselves, but it's about how much we can help other people and grow other people under us so that they can be better than us. And that's the main challenge. And of course, over time, I got plugged into the training. I got superb mentors and advisors. And not just around me, but I also subscribe to people that is all the way from the rest of the world, right? Through podcasts, through audios, right? And then gradually through the journey of personal development. So we learned how to do it and how to duplicate leaders. Yeah. So that's why I got breakthrough.
Excellent. And now, what's one big tip or advice for the listeners when it comes to creating leverage in their business?
Why is the one big tip for creating leverage in the business? Well, I'll say leverage in the business comes when you can duplicate yourself into other people. It's the same thing as a traditional organization. Why a CEO will have a host of directors, why directors will have a whole bunch of managers, and managers a whole bunch of employees, right? It's really about creating leadership within the organization. So you can leverage on the leadership, so you can maximize your efforts so that more things get done. So it's more about being productive, right? So, and about creating leverage is, first of all, becoming a better leader. So because I'm sure you know that in network marketing and in any other industry, actually, it's all about leadership, right? Success rises and falls on leadership. And to be a fantastic leader, first of all, we have to improve ourselves first. We have to act like a leader. We have to stay true to our word. And we have to expect that even with, let's say, end of the day, there is no one following us, we still have to conduct ourselves as a leader. So that will ultimately, over time, inspire people to follow you. And when the people following you, that's leadership. And that with leadership comes leverage.
And share with me, what was one of your most challenging experiences in your network marketing business so far?
Well, one of my most challenging moments, I guess, would be getting over myself. Because as somebody who was initially quite driven and therefore very stubborn as well, there's a lot of things which we don't follow in the beginning. You know, we always thought that we could improve the system, we can get better. We refuse to listen to our mentors' advice. But after doing it for a while, you come to realize that ultimately, sometimes like being in a new job, right? When you come in a new job, even though no matter how experienced we are before we join this company, for example, even if it's not network marketing, we still have to listen to our boss. We still have to listen to the processes of the company, because every company has their own process. In this case, right, it's very similar in network marketing. A lot of times people come to network marketing thinking that they know what they know, because it's just about selling to friends. Actually, it's not true, because every company have their own processes, have their own system. And it's about coming in, being humble, despite all our previous background, right? And learning from that, and then growing it together, right? So for me, that's my biggest challenge, which is, getting over myself in the beginning.
Very nice. And share with me, Cedric, if you could go back in time, 10 years, and tell your old self one thing, what would that be?
Well, to be honest, right, if I can go back in time 10 years, right, I would definitely buy a lot of Apple shares. Because now it's 2017. Apple started in 2007. I'll buy a whole bunch of Apple shares. And when iPhones kick-started off, now I'll be a different person by now, right? So, but obviously that can't work. But if you ask in terms of what word of advice, right, apart from buying Apple shares, is really to try to grow the network, really to try to make as many friends as you can. Now, whether we are in the business of network marketing or we are in any business, traditional or otherwise, right? I always believe that the net worth of a human being is not based on basically money. The net worth of a human being is based on his or her network of friends. Because with a big network of friends, it comes more opportunities. And obviously, when you are down, it's your friends and your true friends at that will give you a helping hand. And you can't get true life with no friends, to be really honest. Because when that happens, if you really have no friends, and when shit hits the fan, right, you're also left on your own, right?
Nice. No, but here's the thing though. Like everybody hears your network is your net worth, right? But it's very, very difficult to maintain, because a network is like a garden. The bigger your garden, the more work you've got to do, right? So it's not easy to maintain a large network of people which you keep warm. There are a lot of people with a huge network of acquaintances, but these people won't lend you $10 when you need it because they don't know you. There's no rapport. So how do you recommend people water their garden of flowers?
Okay, very simple. I use technology. Now, everyone that I know, and make acquaintance that I wanted to keep a relationship with, what I do is I put them in a list of broadcasts, right? Where I will always have to keep in touch with them whenever there is holidays, whenever there's a good occasion. I'll send them something nice, something sweet, right? Something to keep the conversation going. So I have a list of right now close to 1,000 people from different parts of the world, and whenever there's a nice festive season like Christmas around the corner, right, I'll send them a nice message, right, and most of them will reply. So then we start a conversation going about how's their life. It was never with the intention to prospect them initially, right, because everyone believes it's the wrong timing, but it's really about keeping the relationship. Because I believe in do one thing, Faisal. Okay? In any business we do, network marketing otherwise, relationship comes before the business. If you have a good relationship, you have that trust, business will come naturally. But without trust, without a relationship, let's not talk about business because it's not going to be long lasting anyway, right? And that's how I use technology to always keep in touch and so-called, as you said, water the plants, right? Yeah.
And I think a lot of people also, I think this is one of the bigger concerns for a lot of people, at least when they're networking, and specifically for people who are in network marketing, especially the people who are new, because it's simply because of the nature of the industry that you benefit from selling somebody something, right? Or whether it's for recruitment or whether it's selling them the product. I think a lot of people feel very reluctant because to them, at least, especially new people, their mindset is such that they feel like they're taking advantage. They feel like they're expending social capital, to put it in a more business manner, right? So how do you get over that?
Well, first of all, I totally agree with you. That's what I really used to think, Faisal. I used to think that network marketing is all about selling. Network marketing is all about benefiting from a friend, which I can never bring myself to it. But then, as I get involved, I really understand the industry a bit more. As I mentioned before, it's not really about selling to friends, but it's about recommending something that we truly believe in. So I give you a very I'll give you an analogy, right? Let's say, for example, a big company like Google, example, right, were to have $10 million in advertising fees, which they can pay to advertising agencies to market, right, the product. But essentially, network marketing, or rather word of mouth marketing, which is essentially what network marketing is about taking that money from the advertising money from Google, but giving it to the consumers. Why? Because when consumers use the product, and they must first of all believe in the product, and then when they go to share the friends, then the company, in this case is Google, right, will pay them a commission based on every successful transaction. To the company point of view, right, this method works. Why? Because their ROI is 100%. Because when Google only pays to people when there's a transaction through recommendation, and word of mouth is very powerful. People buy into people's opinion all the time. But if Google were to pay a marketing agency to market, the conversion rate for a sale is very low. Because imagine if Google were to spend $10 million creating an online ad, reaching out to 100 million consumers, only about 1 to 2% would actually convert to actual sales. 98% is wasted. It's wasted capital, right? So to that, it's actually not very effective. Now, on our level, why do people, most people, feel that network marketing is not good, it's about selling? It's because there is a lot of misrepresentation in this industry. Why? Because some people are too greedy, the money in his organization good, they don't really understand the product, they never even try the product, then they go out there and they promote the product. Why? Because they just want to get a quick buck in. And sometimes they use coercive tactics, they use bait and switch strategies, like they ask people out for meal, for friendship, and then turn into opportunity meeting. All these people create bad feedback in this industry. But the industry itself, the company behind it, a lot of them are very sound. Even Richard Branson, you know, the guy who runs Virgin Atlantic, right? He endorses network marketing industry. So why shouldn't people like us, who truly believe it and who is so-called holding the fort and doing the right way against all the negative feedback and the negative impressions of people or the bad eggs out there who's ruining industry, be doing this? Because we are champions of network marketing and we believe in that, and that's why we conduct ourselves the right way. And I can tell you this, there is a paradigm shift coming very soon. Because I believe that network marketing industry is like Christianity in the past, is like insurance in the past. I mean, I don't mean to be blasphemous, right? But do you know that Christianity many years ago, thousands of years, is one of the most discriminated religion on earth. And now it's one of the largest religion on earth. Even insurance, I mean, I believe all of us have an insurance policy, right? But many years ago, insurance was one of the most discriminated business form, right? In the world, people who used to think about insurance, oh, why are you going to cheat my grandmother's money, his head coffee's money? And why? It's because, again, there is a lot of misrepresentation in insurance last time. There's a lot of insurance agents who are not doing it the right way. But now, as the industry gets more regulated, people understand insurance more, people see the value of insurance more, and everyone has an insurance policy. I believe with network marketing, right, as people, champions like us, who do it the right way, and as it propagates, and there's more regulation in industry, more people conduct ourselves in the right manner, it will become the next business, they call it the business of the 21st century, because it's low cost, easy to start, and it's really from recommending something we believe in, and most importantly, there's a lot of mentorship involved in this organization. Because if you don't teach people how to do it the right way, people won't get a success. So it's about bringing everyone up together. So I hope that answers the question that you posed to me.
Sure, thanks. And tell me, what does ultimate leverage look like to you, Cedric?
Well, the ultimate leverage looks like, to me, is basically having as many people that can do the thing I do, right, in my organization, so that and you pay forward. So it's about what I have a friend. His name is Dr. Wu Yiche. He is an ex-dental surgeon, now turned millionaire. He keeps saying it's about working hard temporarily. Okay, working hard temporarily to grow a legion of leaders that can do what you do, so you can be lazy permanently. That's ultimate leverage, if you ask me.
Very nice. So this is the part of the show where I ask you very quick questions very quickly now, and you'll try to answer them quickly. First, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So what's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received is if you what is it called? If you won't find ways to make money work for you, you'll be working for money till the day you die.
Excellent. And what is one of your personal habits that you strongly believe contributes to your success?
Success comes from successful habits. So having a routine for yourself and having habits that you can inculcate regularly to do work meaningfully and be productive. Yeah, that works. And that helps.
So what's your routine?
Okay, my routine. Okay, my daily routine is because I'm actually doing a few things on the side, right? So of course, together with building a network marketing business, I make sure that I show at least 2 people the opportunity. The exception of weekends, of course, that's family time, right? So that's a part of the routine. Every evening, as I'm driving back home, I'll be listening to audios and doing personal development. So long enough, your mindset gets stronger. Yeah, like going to the gym, right? If you go to the gym consistently 3 times a week, you're about a month and inconsistent at that. I mean, there's no way you can get good at anything you do.
Excellent. And what book would you recommend as a must-read, Cedric?
Okay, I believe that one of the most skill sets ever do, whether it's a family, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business, it's really about communication. As long as you are dealing with another human being, powers of communication is very important. Whatever you're doing now is just communication, right? So one of the most powerful books I've ever come across, which I totally recommend people read, is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie.
Excellent. That's actually one of my favorite books as well. Every time a new employee comes into the company, every time we have an apprentice that come in, that's the first thing I get them to read. Yeah. All right. So the last question is this: if you had 30 seconds left to live, what piece of advice would you give?
Well, if I have 30 seconds left to live, as I was sharing with you, I won't be giving advice. I'll be going home and hugging my wife, and then I'll say, I love you. But I guess it's what I want to hear, right? So if I have 30 seconds left to live, what I'll give is that live life to the fullest. Okay, live life so that if there's tomorrow's the last day, you have no regrets in life at all. Live life impacting people's lives, because that is the most meaningful part about life. Life, it should be for everyone as well, right? Because if you live life impacting other people's life, you leave a mark in life when you pass on. So that's a legacy.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Cedric.
That's my advice.
Excellent. All right. So thank you so much for your time, Cedric. If people are interested in finding out more about you, how can you be reached? Where should they go to find you?
Sure, you can find me on Facebook. My Facebook ID is Cedric-Kyler Boss. Kyler's my son's name, so I'm the boss of my son. So it's Kyler Boss. Kyler, then BOSS. Yeah, come and find me there, Faisal. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cedric. I really appreciate you spending your time helping to educate and impact the lives of our audience. I hope to be able to speak to you more as well. It's been extremely enlightening and it's been a very humbling interview as well. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yeah, thank you, Faisal. Thank you for the honor.
Hey there, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, check out the relevant video here, and don't forget to subscribe to us for more marketing tips, techniques, strategies that are working for us, or just more behind the scenes fun. See ya!